the Christmas truce in 1914.
The Christmas Eve truce of 1914 stands as a remarkable episode in the midst of the brutal trench warfare of World War I. In the frozen fields of Flanders, soldiers from both the Allied and Central Powers laid down their weapons, creating an impromptu truce that transcended national loyalties for a brief but memorable period. The Western Front, marked by a network of trenches stretching from the North Sea to Switzerland, was a grim testament to the horrors of war. The soldiers faced the constant threat of death, entrenched in a grim and seemingly endless conflict. Yet, on the night of December 24, 1914, a miraculous event unfolded. As dusk settled over the battlefield, the sound of gunfire gradually gave way to an unusual silence. The initiative for the truce often came from the soldiers themselves rather than high-ranking officers. It began with small gestures, such as the singing of Christmas carols by soldiers on both sides. The haunting melodies of Silent Night and other festive tunes echoed across the desolate landscape, reaching the ears of the enemy. Astonishingly, soldiers from opposing trenches started to communicate through shouts and gestures, realizing that they shared a common desire for peace, if only temporarily. The truce wasn't universal across the entire Western Front, but it occurred in numerous locations, particularly where the trenches were in close proximity. Soldiers, who had been sworn enemies just hours before, cautiously emerged from their muddy bunkers, stepping into no man's land, a desolate expanse that had claimed countless lives. On this frozen ground, enemies became acquaintances. British, German, and French soldiers exchanged tobacco, food, and souvenirs. Shared stories were told, not of war and conflict, but of families, homes, and lives left behind. The universal language of humanity transcended the language barriers and ideological differences that had fueled the war. One of the most iconic images from the truce is that of soldiers engaging in friendly soccer matches in no man's land. The improvised games, played with makeshift balls, saw men who had been trying to kill each other just days earlier now cooperating in the spirit of camaraderie. The spectacle of soldiers kicking a ball instead of firing bullets was a powerful symbol of the shared humanity that had momentarily eclipsed the enmity of war. As the night progressed, joint services were held to honor the fallen on both sides. Soldiers, who had been poised to kill, now stood together in solemn remembrance. The scene was surreal, a temporary respite from the harsh realities of war. However, this extraordinary moment of peace was just that, momentary. The higher echelons of military command on both sides viewed the truce with suspicion and concern. The following days saw a return to the grim reality of warfare as orders were given to resume hostilities. The Christmas Eve truce of 1914 was a fleeting oasis of humanity in the midst of one of the most brutal conflicts in history. It stands as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, the capacity for empathy, and the universal yearning for peace. While it did not bring an end to the war, the truce serves as a powerful reminder that, even in the darkest of times, moments of compassion and connection can emerge, offering a glimmer of hope amidst the devastation of conflict. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and like us.